right, we are back with round 4 of the 2015 Kansas City Regional Championships. This time bringing you an exciting match between Gabby Snyder, JTK, and Wesley Morioka.
So again, we have two veterans here. So Wesley is the former former national champion. He won in 2010.
Rayquaza Kangaskhan, I remember.
Oh yeah, the year of the Uber Legendaries, the one year.
Yeah, before Kangaskhan was a Mega, it did win a national championship.
Yeah, the only person to use Kangaskhan before it was cool. So I guess he's very hipster in that regard. On the other side, we have Gabby Snyder. She's gotten 2 top 8 finishes at regionals this year, 270 CP, very respectable. A lot of Premier Challenge finishes, top 4 finishes as well. So.
She's really excited with her success this year. She said earlier today that it's been a while since she's had such success, and is excited to be going to nationals soon.
In fact, she's very close to the current top 40 bar for Worlds here.
Right
so
outside it.
She manages to repeat her regional success here. She puts herself in a very good position to qualify for Worlds this year.
Alright, so you can see Gabby's team at the top of your screen. She's running Scrafty, Politoed, Thundurus, Amoonguss, Kingdra, and Metagross. Wesley on the bottom of your screen with Arcanine, Garchomp, Thundurus, Rotom-Mow, Suicune, and Metagross.
Okay, interesting teams we have here. Gabby is running with the Kingdra there and Politoed. It looks like, pretty hard offensive rain here, and are the players starting yet? Maybe not. Anyway. And of course, with Thundurus there, with rain, possible thunder. We may see that. The rain, of course, helps out the resistances of Amoonguss and Metagross here. Both are pretty weak to fire, but the rain quenches that considerably. On Wesley's side, Arcanine, Garchomp. We haven't seen that since 2014, actually. Thundurus, Rotom-Mow, Suicune, and Metagross look like pretty defensive team. Arcanine is actually a new defensive staple thanks to its Intimidate and new resistance to Fairy-type moves. So, and of course, Garchomp, we haven't seen much this year thanks to the prevalence of Landorus. It's being kind of seen as a new replacement for it. And considering the two have very common compounding weaknesses to ice, it's no wonder we don't see Garchomp more. But looks like Wesley's putting it to good use here.
So looking at these teams, do you see any leads that jump out to you at the moment?
Well, on Gabby's side, there's always the Kingdra Politoed. But of course, Wesley has a good answer in Suicune, and the Thundurus or the Rotom there could start paralyzing these right away and reducing their offensive potential. And of course, the Rotom Leaf Storm, that'll take out a Politoed.
So our players are ready to get started. Gabby has decided to lead with Politoed and Thundurus, while Wesley sends out Metagross and his own Thundurus. So.
Okay, interesting potential here. We could see if Gabby's still running that hard offense on all her Pokemon, not just the Kingdra. You could see a boosted Thunder from the Thundurus there. And of course, Thundurus can go after, although on which target it's hard to say.
So Wesley decides to switch out his Metagross, instead replacing it with a Rotom-Mow, and Politoed gonna helping hand that Thundurus. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Hard offense. Thunder helping hand boost right in the Thundurus slot. Couldn't protect.
And it knocked out in one hit. So Gabby taking an early lead with that knockout. That was really powerful attack.
And of course, there's a Life Orb, so it definitely showing it's an offensive Thundurus there, not support as has been the trend in the past 2 or 3 years or so. Rotom's on the field now and can threaten the Politoed, and isn't going to take much damage from the Thundurus unless it's Hidden Power Ice. But again, Wesley's down 4-3. The Garchomp, if it's an offensive Thundurus, they almost always pack Hidden Power Ice, And right now, Wesley has left 2 Ice Weak targets on the field here. So,
I don't know. This looks like a hard matchup for Wesley. I was surprised to see that offense from Thunderous already. So
yeah,
Gabby seems to have a strategy worked out really well.
I bet Wesley was just as surprised as well by Gabby's hard offense. And of course, the offense of Thunderous is kind of bucking the trend. So
if Wesley wants to take momentum in the battle, do you think he has, what options would he have?
Well, currently not the 2 Pokemon in his field. Garchomp protecting against any potential hidden power ice there.
Gabby decides to bring in her own Metagross. Garchomp is protected from a hidden power ice from Thunderous, and Rotom attempts to attack the Politoed with a super effective attack, but Metagross is sent in. Rotom's attack is reduced by 2 stages, and it doesn't really do that much damage.
That's a good defensive position. Good defensive switch in from Gabby there. Took, just a quarter damage from that Leaf Storm. And meanwhile, Rotom's offensive potential nullified. Garchomp, threatened by the hidden power ice, going to go down in 1 hit. Maybe not going to get a chance to get an Earthquake off unless it has a Focus Sash.
Unfortunate position for Wesley. He's almost forced to switch out that Rotom to gain some special attack back, but that Garchomp is pretty vulnerable too.
Yeah. So Wesley probably just taken by surprise and brought the wrong Pokemon to this fight here.
That hidden power ice easily going to knock out that Garchomp.
No Focus Sash there, so maybe a Lung, and maybe a Life Orb. Will-O-Wisp on the Rotom. Okay, it's a little faster than the Metagross. Gets the burn off before Metagross uses Ice Punch. Wow, all ice moves all around on Gabby's side here.
Thankfully, that Metagross was burned, so it did less damage than it would have without it. It gets about 40% off on that Rotom-Mow.
Interesting item choice in the Rocky Helmet there. No Citrus Berry. Wesley finally brings his own Metagross in the field. Another, probably his heavy hitter. But it might be too little too late here. Gabby is already just blowing him over with overwhelming momentum here. Another Life Orb Thunderbolt do a lot. Rotom, what's it going to do now? Can't do anything relative. I mean, any attacks it has pretty negligible in damage. Will-O-Wisp maybe, but it's already burned that Metagross.
So Wesley Mega Evolving his Metagross, his last answer to this battle. Thunderous with a hidden power ice, most likely at Rotom. It is, and does
almost gets the KO there.
So Rotom survives for at least 1 more turn, and Metagross returning with an Iron Head does very little damage.
Oh wait, this might be Wesley's chance here. So we just saw a big upset last turn, but by letting that Metagross go unscathed, Gabby was probably predicting a Protect. Wesley got a chance to take out that Thunderous, that very threatening Thunderous with a Zen Headbutt. But rain's still up. Gabby brings in her Kingdra, and in the rain, that's certainly going to knock out the Rotom if Surf or Muddy Water, if it doesn't miss.
Well, if Wesley just protects this turn, he could have that Gabby's Metagross faint with that Thunderbolt from Rotom. It did enough damage to bring it down into burn KO range. The rain is about to expire soon. It's been quite a number of turns.
It has been 5 turns, but if rain expires this turn, Metagross goes down next turn.
Interesting.
Then the rain comes back as soon as Politoed switches back in.
True.
Yeah.
So the rain is stopped. Metagross does faint to the burn damage. And did you notice that interesting move on Kingdra? Revealed Disable.
Yeah. And effectively nullifying any chance Wesley had of getting back into here by disabling the Zen Headbutt, the only move that could hit that Kingdra for neutral damage here. Or Politoed for that matter. So, I mean, unless Wesley gets extremely lucky with Rotom surviving this turn and getting a critical hit attack off, Gabby's got this one in the bag.
Sometimes that's what you have to hope for, the luck. So Kingdra decides to use Muddy Water this turn, gonna
No
knock
misses.
out Rotom, and does a good chunk of damage to Metagross. Politoed, see what attack it decides to use.
Substitute. Okay. Wesley revealing a substitute. Maybe, probably not a good choice at this late in the game. I mean, if he manages to get to a top cut, he's revealed some potentially useful information for an opponent. So probably would have been best just to forfeit like 3 turns ago.
True. The substitute goes down to Politoed's Scald, and Gabby is just 1 move away from taking this match.
And there we have it. The Muddy Water hit. Metagross goes down. So
Gabby takes the lead with a Rain team.
So yeah, Gabby off to a really strong start this, not round 3, but round 4.
And she is now 4-0 in the tournament. Wesley 3-1. We do have 8 rounds, so Wesley still could top cut at this point.
That's true. But if Gabby keeps going at this pace, she might secure